You take care of the offensive line, keep us uncovered, let us run to the ball, we'll make big plays. Well, that paid off there. All the guys up front, the big fellas, they controlled the 5 offensive linemen. That allowed the linebackers to see the openings, sprint through the gap, and snuff that play out in a hurry.
Here's Smith now on second down. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Troy Bierman in there to bury him for a loss of 11.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback, 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way. And what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. From the gun, here's Smith. Middle of the field, it's Robinson. They get 12 yards back, but it still leads to a 4th and long.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. On now is the Titans punter. He'll kick it away after a 3 and out on the opening drive of the game. And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. They go play action here on 1st down. And the pressure gets there, and Winston goes down. It's the first time Pro Bowler from a year ago, Ziggy Ansah, in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. Jameis to throw it. He sets to fire deep. Trying to get it there to Martavis Bryant. And that'll make it 3rd down. Time to feature the offensive starters. And our first chance to get a look at Parker.
Devontae Parker came out of Louisville with a guy who is known as a mature receiver. Runs routes really well, but the best part of his game, he'll jump over you at the end of a route and go get the football.
3rd and long for Winston. He's got time in the pocket. He's going to take another shot here. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
On every offensive coordinator, every play caller sheet, they have about 5 or 6 plays per game that they call shot plays or big plays. And you don't get many opportunities to dial them up. And they just did. And they drop it with a great chance to make a big play. That's going to hurt.
An excellent return that time, 26 yards. And it'll be Titan football. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Yeah, let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right. And now the ball's loose. Smith loses it. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. And a great spot to start this drive from here. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. They'll hand it off now. Johnson. And past the 30 down to about the 27. A nice run there, 9 yards. And it'll be second down.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Here's Winston. And over the middle, this is Parker. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. First down, Winston. It's complete to Parker, left side. A gain of 6 there on first.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
And here he'll get it down to the 7. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they've got it first and goal.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
Winston now. And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. Nelson Aguilar. His first touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins are going to take a first quarter lead. And all about timing there on that short slant, Charles.
Exactly right. That was timed up so well. The route, the throw, touchdown.
The kicking team out for Miami as they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, pump the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
And the big boys up front in the trenches, what do you think of the O-line, Charles?
I love them because this is a group that's so cohesive. They know what the man next to them is going to do at all times, and they operate as a terrific unit.
And let's run through the Dolphins' defense.
Calvin Pryor is exactly what you're looking for in a safety who polices the middle of the field.
And this defense looks for one more stop here on third after the run. A shotgun snap for Smith. Incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now fourth down. On now is the Titans punter as he'll punt it away for the second time. And now a whistle and a timeout called by the kicking team. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5. They're going to go for it. It's Smith. He rifles one that's intercepted. It's picked off by Jelani Jenkins. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. So now here come the Dolphins. A good balance attack for that last touchdown drive they had. Now it's time to see if they can do that again.
It really becomes a tale of 2 play callers, doesn't it? The offensive guy, he's in sync. Everything's working pretty well for the defensive
what's going on the defensive side?
That's a tough one because he's prepped all week as well, and he can't get a bead on exactly what they're doing right now. What he needs is one of his guys just to make a big play and disrupt things.
And they'll start this drive with very good field position. The first down carry here for Johnson. And a solid run down inside the 30. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
Just 2 yards to go here on second down for the offense.
Ready.
Off the play fake, Winston. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. The starting defense for the Titans.
Eric Berry's a textbook definition of ball-hawking safety. You name it, he can do it on the football field. A nickel set shown by the Titans on third down.
Faking pass. They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. They go play action here on first down. Looking for the end zone. And nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete.
Not only did they drop what looked like an interception in the end zone, they blew a golden opportunity to shift the momentum.
And on 2nd and 10 now. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. On second down, Johnson down to the 25. 1 yard, the official pickup there, so it's going to set up 3rd and 9.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Second quarter begins with the Dolphins in possession of the football. They're staring up at a 3rd and 9 to start it out. On 3rd down, Winston. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Jabal Sheard in there to get him for a loss of 9, and that'll lead to 4th down. On now the Miami field goal unit. On the right hash, officially this will be a 51-yard attempt. And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. They'll run it here with Michael. And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
They run again with Michael. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Partner, we're into the second quarter, and I guess you can kind of look at it both ways. The offense, they've got to figure out what they're going to do because they haven't scored any points. But if you're the defense, you're feeling great about what you got going on. The only concern you have, if you get to the half, what adjustments will the offense make to try to defeat you?
They'll run it now out of the gun. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down. NFL teams last year a little under 50% on 4th down conversions. This is a bit tougher. 4th and 4. Smith. He finds Coates complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. They were ready for what the defense was showing. They had prepared for that look, recognized it, went straight to the air, got the first. Well done.
Love the recognition because you can prepare for everything. You can watch the tape and put together your game plan, but you still have to understand what they're doing in terms of what they're showing and be able to adjust accordingly, and they did exactly that. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, usually you don't think of the cornerback coming in for a no-gain play, but that's what we had there. Nice tackle.
Man, how about the range, too? Coming from the outside part of the play, moving his way into the inside and making that play happen. No gain for the offense, big play for the defense.
Smith. And his throw's going to be incomplete. And here comes play number 6 on this drive. They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. Back to throw, Smith. And that is incomplete.
Let's give some credit to the defensive guys on that play. Able to bat that one away. Sure looked like they were trying to hit the corner route.
So now the Titans are going to call upon their field goal unit here. On the right hash, it's a 43-yard attempt. And this one is no good. He missed it. And this score will stay right where it is. So it's an empty possession, and as a kicker, not the way you want to start your day's work.
And now each team's missed a field goal here so far, Brandon, so apparently neither guy is immune.
Ready.
A 1st down throw for Winston. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. They got pressure there and only rushed.
And there's a defensive coordinator right now who is celebrating not just getting home with 3 there, but realizing if that's the type of pressure he can get in the entire game, then his pass defense is going to be excellent. You're dropping 8. Where are you going to go with the football?
They'll run it now out of the gun. And the hole closes quickly. He gets it across the 35 to the 36-yard line. It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave him with 3rd and still 7 yards to go. So they run it on 2nd down. Now let's see what 3rd down brings here for the offense. Bryant, the lone receiver, left. Winston from the gun on 3rd down. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
3rd down is a down. Both sides know they absolutely have to win. And the name of the game for the defense is pressure on the quarterback. But pressure on the quarterback with contact, that's how you end up winning it.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Taken in at the 22. It's a 39-yard punt, and good coverage means a loss on the return. And that will come the offense as they take over. The Titans offense now, they get ready to do battle again here. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. Well, let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out? They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
To throw on 2nd down is Smith. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
It's caught on the right side by Robinson. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground. They'll run it now out of the gun. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains. Smart approach there, using the run to pick up the first. And that was a defensive setup they prepared for this week, knowing that keeping it on the ground was the best way to attack it.
And that means also that they're able to read them pretty well. All the things they prepared for, when they get to the line of scrimmage, they see it in pre-snap recognition and know exactly how to attack based on their play.
And now the rookie's free. Touchdown, Titans. Their big tight end, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Titans are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Dolphins offense now working their way back onto the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Now, and the pressure gets there, and Winston goes down. 1:58 to go in this first half of play. We'll come back to Miami after this. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Now a second down throw for Winston. That ball's caught. Aguilar right side. And they get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on 3rd. And they're just a couple of yards shy of a first down here on 3rd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. They're indeed going. It's Winston. And he finds Julius Thomas. And he'll be out of bounds up past the 45. 11 yards on the pickup. And on 4th down, they're able to convert and move the sticks. Fresh set of downs here. 1 receiver left, 3 to the right. Jameis now on 1st down. And throw right side complete to Parker. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
And that was well defended. And as a cornerback, what you're taught when you see a wide receiver screen, either you get underneath the play before the blocking forms, or you're going to have to fight your way through it by getting through some blocking. That was a really nice play there.
They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. He's going to look deep down the field. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Well, they went for the big play there, but that drop could really hurt their momentum.
third down, Winston. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this first half. Here's Tressway now as he's on to punt for Miami. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. 35 yards that time on the punt. And possession will change here with very little time remaining until halftime. And the Titans getting set to go. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And this throw will be intercepted. Ricardo Allen with a pick. That late in the clock, second quarter, why not just run it a time or two and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL and the high-powered offenses that you're facing may have forced them into saying, let's try and get some more points.
The wide receiver moving to a new spot. They go play action here on first down. Trying here for Bryant, and it's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
On the ground, it's Michael. And he'll get this across the 40 and up to about the 42-yard line. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. This one taken from the 7. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Here's Johnson. And he finds some space past the 25 to the 27. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid-type player. Half defensive back that covers passes and half linebacker that makes tackles. We just saw the linebacker make that play.
2nd down, Winston. No, he almost had it. Already with 1 interception, just missing his 2nd there. Well, he just threw an interception last drive, nearly another pick.
And things aren't very even right now, are they? It's a little bit sloppy out there, isn't it? It's kind of the difference between driving on those paved roads and those country roads that have those potholes in them, isn't it? Because that's the way this game's going right now. A lot of bouncy bounce to it.
You spent some time on some Tennessee country roads.
I certainly have. Plenty of family back there. God love it.
Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down.
Partner, when you're not able to run the ball successfully, it really messes everything up for an offense because no longer are you setting the tone and dictating the game. If you do want to throw the ball, play action's kind of gone out the window because they don't respect the run. And last but not least, you don't get to dictate it all when you want to throw the football, and that really hurts you as an offense.
They'll get a couple yards on that one, and they're able to convert here on 4th and inches.
It seems like, and it is a gamble on their side of the field, but they have supreme confidence in picking it up on a quarterback sneak. You can just feel it from this team.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Winston to throw it this time. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. Second down.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Now it's a bootleg with Winston. To the right side here, the tight end Thomas. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
They come out here in the eye.
Ready.
On third down, Johnson. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
On third down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. They stay on the ground on first with Johnson. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
For me, that was an example of why offensive linemen might want rearview mirrors at times, because you have your assignments to block, but if you can see what's going on in the backfield and maybe the guy carrying the ball is headed in another direction, it might change what you do up front. But if they can't see that and he's not in sync with what they're doing up front, well, this is when you end up with plays like this. A bad one for the offense, a really good one for the defense.
Now a play fake here on first down. And his throw is incomplete. The tight end Julius Thomas, the intended target. And now it's second down. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides, where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
It's a 5-receiver set. 3 to the left, 2 to the right. Now Jameis on second down. And this is going to be caught. No, they say it's incomplete. Nelson Aguilar, the intended receiver. And that takes us from second to third down. Incomplete pass on second down. Let's see what the offense draws up here on third. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Third and long for Winston. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. So it looks like the offense isn't going anywhere. They're going to go for it on 4th and 7.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. To throw is Winston. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're able to pick up the conversion here on 4th down. I don't know if I agree with that. I guess they don't care if I agree with that. But, boy, you have to be surprised by that, right?
I definitely was surprised that they decided to go for it in this situation. But they must have either felt like they either had a great play call on or they're trying to show extreme confidence.
Winston now to throw on first down. Out left side here to Bryant. And he's brought down. 10 yards on the pickup there. And it's first down, Miami.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him? Either fellow receivers or offensive linemen. That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. And this seemingly endless drive continues. Now a 2nd down throw for Winston. And the Titan defense steps up here, and down he goes. The 2015 Pro Bowler, Kawann Short, in there to sack him for a loss of 6. Winston from the gun on 3rd down. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. It'll be a pickup of 14, but they're still a little bit short as it brings up 4th.
And that was a nice catch, and if the goal was to get into field goal range, it certainly appears that they accomplished that.
Well, and sometimes that's what you dial up in these situations, right, when you want 3?
Well, if the goal was to get into field goal territory, even though it'll be a long attempt, I think they accomplished that.
And sometimes you have plays for that. It's not always a first down. When you want 3, get a little bit closer, making it easier shot.
Yeah, sometimes you just have to concede to the deep.
And with the play clock winding down, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn 1 here in this 3rd quarter. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the right hash, this from 45 yards away. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And the Dolphins have taken the lead. So he missed a field goal earlier, but he says not this time, and he's able to knock it through to give his guys 3.
And that's all you want as a kicker, a chance to redeem yourself. You got to have a short memory if you're going to survive at this level, and he's able to get back on track.
A look at the offense now here, coming back out on the road for their first possession of the 2nd half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second half?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
On the carry, Michael. And he's going to get about 7 yards on that one, up to around the 33.
And once again, leverage wins. The offensive line, lower than the defensive front. They moved them and found some good space for the guy carrying the ball.
2nd down following the run. Throwing now is Geno. And he whips that one incomplete there. Back now in Miami. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. Offense coming up, needing 2 yards on 3rd down. Out of the gun, Smith. He finds Coates complete. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. A solid gain of 15 yards, and the sticks move.
In recent years, the slot receivers really gained stature in the NFL because they can do so many things. Yes, they can line up wide like your normal wide receiver, but to have that kind of courage and toughness to run routes in the middle of the field and become dependable targets for their quarterbacks and move the sticks, those guys are worth their weight in gold.
It's caught on the right side by Robinson. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10. The defense loves to hang their hat on that, don't they? You get a guy that catches the ball, but you stop him for no gain.
Without a doubt, because they're also used to trying to catch people after the catch, and they miss. And that turns into what? A huge play. We've seen it so many times. In this case, though, catch was made, put down right on the spot.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
On 1st and 10, Smith. Caught out left side by Robinson. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. And here comes play number 6 on this drive. To the air again, Smith. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. Give him 3 on the screen. He couldn't break free, and it's 3rd down.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed. But all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
3rd and 2, Smith. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he picks up the 1st down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs. So the offense has it 1st and 10. They go play action here on 1st down. Sliding out of the pocket. And not able to get it that time. He hit on 6 straight passes. Not there. 2nd down.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
2nd and 10, Smith again. And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. Their big tight end with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Titans have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter. And that makes it 14-10. So after the touchdown, Martin now on to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And out come the Dolphins now. And a methodical drive last time, but they couldn't get that knockout blow. They had to settle for 3.
But you got to like what they've been doing along the way, right? It's almost like the body blows, the setup punch. As you said, they didn't get the knockout blow here, but that doesn't mean it can't come later in the game.
And that's caught inside the 30. And they do finally get him, but he takes it to the 25. And at this stage, down in the 2nd half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there. I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
They'll run it now out of the gun. They're trying to establish that running game, but they're really having trouble, aren't they?
Yeah, when you're running against a really good 4-3 defense, that means you've got big guys inside who control things. Those big defensive tackles are big.
He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. Nelson Aguilar with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Dolphins have taken the lead here in the 4th. He's got it, and this is indeed up to a 3-point lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. Last time they were out, they scored. Still trailing here, though, so some work to do.
But it's okay in terms of mindset. Because they scored the last time, they're not quite as worried about being down on the scoreboard because now their confidence is a little bit higher. They feel like they've got something going, and they feel like they can attack again and put more points on the board.
Are you scoreboard watching if you're the offense, or are you just focused on this drive?
We wouldn't be telling the truth if we said that they didn't scoreboard watch. Everyone does it to some extent. But you've got to set it aside right now and just focus on this series. That'll take care of the scoreboard if they punch it into the end zone.
and leading here late, so a chance for the defense to really close out this game if they can halt the offense. Back to throw, Smith. Finding his target, it's Cody Latimer. A good pick up there of 20 yards. And, of course, the quarterback in this situation, he's realizing time is becoming a factor. Let's see if they can get some points on the board here late. Now it's Smith, and he's got his man in stride, complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but able to take it inside the 40-yard line. Three receivers to the left, one to the right. They'll run it now out of the gun. And down inside the 35 he goes to the 32-yard line. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2. And it looks like this will be the last play before the 2-minute warning. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. Offense in a good spot here, 2nd and 2. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. They go to Michael again. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
Well, we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
They'll look to throw. Being chased out left. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. It'll be a gain of 6, and that'll make it a 2nd down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Again, we'll see the pistol here. Another pistol look here. He'll look to throw. Dancing to his left. And his throw here is incomplete. Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. Back to throw. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had to fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. So now then, it's a big kick there to get this game back to even. Now the worry is, did you leave too much time on the clock? Because another field goal could still do you in.
Brandon, we're going to see right here. I would expect that after the kickoff, this offense is going to come out throwing. So those first few plays are going to be the key.
So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins offense now heads back on the field. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play. But if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that. They begin the drive with Johnson. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It'll go as a gain of 12. And the Dolphins are going to get a first down. And quickly, they get to the line. Winston to throw. Now he'll throw deep left side. And this will be caught at the 30. And that's a touchdown as they've broken our tie here in the final minute of the fourth.
Well, any thoughts about overtime have ended at this juncture? That touchdown puts them up 6. I would imagine they'll kick the extra point now and rely on their defense.
And rely on their defense. So a little bit of time left on the clock here in the fourth, but they got to feel good now. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Out come the Titans now. One possession game, time very much a factor. How does the offense handle this situation?
Well, in a lot of cases, they should be somewhat relaxed. And I know that's counterintuitive because this is a pressure situation. But this is Friday practice every week of the season. You go over this situation, having to go downfield, limited timeouts. Got to get out of bounds and keep the drive going and set yourself up. Defensively, you can't just lay back and let them do whatever they want. So it is a cat and mouse deal.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. It's a 4-receiver look, all to the left side. Back to throw. Buying time to his left. Now a desperation, and that's caught inside the 30. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this fourth quarter of play. So here we go, 1st and 10 now. It's a 5-receiver set. 3 to the left, 2 to the right. He's back to throw. That is caught at the 7. And eventually brought down, but it's near the 5 at the 6. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. In the red zone this time. 5 receivers in the game, 4 of them to the left side. To throw is Smith, and he is across and in for the score. And now they can tie the game in the final stages with an extra point.
Or they can go for 2 and go for the win. And that touchdown means a decision has to be made. Do they kick the PAT and tie it up, or do they go for 2 and try and win it right now?
And he has got it. So barring something crazy on the kickoff, we're looking at an extra period to decide this one. Set to go now with the kickoff. These 2 teams all even again as we continue in this wild fourth quarter. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. Charles, I know it's hard when live bullets are flying, but you cannot keep your hand up around the face mask area.
It is absolutely inexcusable nowadays. We talk about target areas all the time. You have to aim lower so that your hand doesn't get involved in the face mask.
And the slot man goes in motion left. Now Winston. Finding time. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
And the Dolphins getting set to go here. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best, you know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
Yeah, as we said, they control their own destiny now. And the play goes for 19 yards, gives them a new set of downs.
And that run was what a lot of people call an explosive run. Gave them good yardage, solid yardage. They feel good about the whole thing, and they did it behind a two tight end set. It's always interesting to watch what offenses want to do with the two tight ends. Sometimes they line them up together for a power set. Sometimes they put one on each side of the line of scrimmage to balance things out. No matter what, though, when you see two tight ends on the field, your first thought is to think run. In this case, the offense was able to run successfully.
Let's see what the offense comes with here. 2nd and 8.
He's tight right here. He's tight on the right. Tight on the right. Ready. Blue lady. Four down. Check. 550. 550. Check 50. Flip it. 550. 550. Switch. Easy. 99. Check 99.
Here's Johnson. He's been busy this afternoon. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that second down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
So it'll be first down here after the run. So the D-line's going to spread out. They come up in an offset eye. Now a handoff. Johnson. And down inside the 40 to about the 38. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
Now a carry for the fullback. This is Jay Prosch. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
But not a lot of flash and dash on that play. 2nd and 2, and they hand it to the big man. And he ends up picking up a first down. A little bit of gray area there, though. But I think what they thought, hey, we hand it to him here. If we come back and don't get it, we still got another down to try and pick it up.
Johnson. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. Nice job there defensively to clamp down, because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
Offense still needing 10 yards. 2nd down. Now the first throw in overtime for Winston. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. Red zone opportunity. And some changes here as the D-line separates some. Now Johnson. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Defense in a good spot. Let's see how the offense responds with a 2nd and 13 now. was a 20th carry for Johnson. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. They'll get 4 on second down, but it leaves them with third and still 9 to go.
We always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. First level defensive line, second level linebackers, third level defensive backs. On that run, that was what we call a first level run, and it was stopped by a second level player.
Play number 9 on the drive coming up, and they need 9 yards on third down. 2 minutes to go here in overtime. We'll be back after this. Play number 9 on the drive coming up, and they need 9 yards on third down. On third down, Winston. Dumping it off for Johnson. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Give him 6 on the play, and that'll bring up fourth down. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. They'll be left with just 1 remaining here at OT. So a big move here, playing to win in overtime. They're going to go for it on fourth down. They come up in an offset eye. Fourth down, Winston. He completes it to Bryant. And he gets the first down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. They could have tried for the field goal to take the lead, but scratch that. Yeah, they decided to go ahead and try and win it right now, and now we understand a little bit more about the mindset of different teams in regards to the rules of overtime since they changed. A touchdown, you win it right then and there. You kick the field goal, they have a chance to retaliate. They didn't want that, obviously. And now for the offense, this is play number 11 here on this drive. So the chains are on their sides. It's first and goal from the 6. And they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up second and goal. Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along. To Johnson again. And he goes backwards on this. Now another timeout here called by the Titans. They'll be down to just 1 remaining as we step aside here in overtime. Not only was that a terrific play, but that loss of yardage they created this close to their own goal line, that gives them a little breathing room now as they move them back. And they're breathing fire a little bit right now, aren't they? A lot of confidence being shown by them at this point of the game. So they're back at the 7 now for third and goal.
Ready? Blue lady. Mike, check. 59.
Third and goal. Winston. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now hang on here. Timeout called by the defense. It'll be their third and final stoppage here in overtime, and we'll be back. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. And his kick is indeed good, and the Dolphins have taken the lead. Now remember, this one is not over, but with the time running short here in this overtime, that could very well be the game winner. Yeah, remember now, the other team does get a possession, but when the clock runs out, that's it. So that was a well-calculated drive to use up the majority of the clock and leave your opponent with little to no time left. The Titan offense now working their way back onto the field. A field goal would push it to sudden death. We just saw the field goal on the other end, but I don't think they are thinking field goal. At least not to start this drive. They're not thinking field goal. Not at all, because your point is well taken. Yeah, kick the field goal, you push it to sudden death, but you're also kicking off and giving the other team the ball with a chance to kick a field goal and beat you. Get the touchdown. Finish the game off. That has to be the mindset. First throw here in overtime for Smith. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. They're going to hurry back to the line now. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark. And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
Everything about that play was beautiful. A great corner route where the receiver worked the defensive back inside and then broke back to the outside to the corner. But how about the throw by the quarterback? Anticipation on the break from inside to outside. He threw the football. As the receiver turned around, the ball greeted him.
On first down, it's Smith. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Well, the offense lining up 1st and 10. Now a first down throw. It's Smith. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. And the offense moving quickly to the line. From the red zone now, Smith. And he is in for the score. And it is absolute stunned silence here as they win it on the road in overtime. A great game partner, spectacular finish. They needed at least a field goal to keep the game alive. They do one better. They get it in the end zone and end it.
And I don't know about you, but I'm worn out. That type of a game takes it all out of us as well, not just the guys on the field. What a tremendous finish, and as you noted, were they going to go and try and get 3 and keep the game going? And that wasn't good enough for them. They got the touchdown, and that's why we're able to say goodbye.
So for the Titans, they improved to 5-0 now on the young season. And they'll return home next week to take on the Cleveland Browns. Meanwhile, for the Dolphins, things aren't looking good. It'll be an 0-5 start. And they'll look to get back on the beam next week as they host the Pittsburgh Steelers. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.